First of all, I'm really sorry I didn't get around to posting last week. My body finally just crashed. It had just had enough. It was just saying to me, Laura, there's no way I'm doing anything else. I don't care what you tell me to do. I'm not doing anything. My voice literally stopped working. Even those massive throat sweets that I showed you on the last video, they just stopped working. It didn't matter how many I ate, everything stopped working. And I got to the point where I couldn't talk at all without coughing. So literally, I spent the first half of last week resting, which I really needed to do. And me and my husband were in bed by like 7:30 every night. We were so tired. And then I spent the other half of last week arranging my daughter's birthday party. So in my infinite wisdom, I thought it would be a good idea to invite all of my daughter's new classmates to a bouncing castle party for her birthday, which is what we hosted last weekend. And it was quite possibly one of the most stressful days of my entire life. Oh my God, kids flying everywhere, bashing heads. At one point, one kid had got a balloon and he was shoving it into the bouncing castle motor and it nearly broke the bouncing castle. And oh, it was just utter carnage. But all of the children had a really good time and my daughter enjoyed it, which is the main thing. So yeah, sorry I didn't get around to posting last week, but I've got a really good session for you this week, so it's worth the wait. So when I conducted this session, I wasn't really aware of how good it was because I was very poorly when I conducted this session. And I remember all I was thinking at the time was, just please don't cough. Just please don't cough. You can get through this. You can get through this. And as I was transcribing the session last night to record this for you today, on the tape, I can hear I coughed once throughout the entire QHHT session. I couldn't hold it in any longer. My throat was so tickly, and the big throat sweet, it just stopped working. And I coughed once. And as I was transcribing the session last night, as I coughed, I nearly burst my eardrums because I had my earphones in whilst I was listening to it. So yeah, at the time when I was doing this actual session, I kind of remember thinking, oh, this is a good session, but I didn't really listen to the information because I was just literally, I was pleading with my guides, my angels. I actually remember at one point saying, Archangel Michael, please, just come and put something around my throat. Just allow me to get through this session because this guy really wants this session. I want to do this session for this guy. Please just get me through it. And at the time I was pleading with Archangel Michael, I felt like it felt like someone had just put something there. Like it felt like a coating went across my vocal cords. It was almost like talking through thick mucus. Nice. And it wasn't there before. And it felt very weird, but it allowed me to talk, but I couldn't talk very loud. And it literally got me through the session. So anyway, that's enough detail around the mucus on my throat. I'm sure you all really wanted to know that. Right, so today's session, this wonderful guy, he gives a lot of information about the splitting of the worlds into 3D and 5D and what that will entail. It gives information about how our beautiful planet Gaia is doing at the moment as we lead up to the shift. And he had an amazing session before we got the information about the splitting of the worlds. So I am going to read you the entire session so you can see this guy's journey, because I think that helps. You know, sometimes I will just share snippets of information to get information out there, but I actually do think it's important that you get to see people's journeys, because then when we get to the information about the event, when you see the journey that this person has been on, you know, you think to yourself, this is totally credible. So it's a long one, bear with me. You might want to get yourself a drink, make yourself a little salty snack, something like that. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Right, settle in, off we go. So I called this one The Splitting of the Worlds, 3D, 5D. So he starts off and he says where he's gone into in his first life, there's rocks and there's caves. So I say, describe them for me. Oval. How many caves are there? 1. As you immerse yourself into this scene and you become aware of these caves, look down at yourself and tell me what you look like. I've got boots on. They're white boots. What about the rest of your body? It's a white suit. And then I ask him what kind of a white suit. And he says it's a space suit. So, space suit, I'm thinking, this is going to be a good session. I love it when things like that happen because you just know that the session's going to be a mind blower from that point on. So he's got a spacesuit on. Does this spacesuit have a helmet? Yes, it's round. And in this body that you're in this spacesuit, do you feel male or female? Female. Do you feel young or old? Young. Describe what you see as you walk along in this spacesuit. There's creatures in the cave. You know, when people say stuff like that to me, I'm like, tell me everything. There's creatures in the cave. Describe them for me. They look like crickets that walk. What colour are they? Brown, like the sand. So from that we know that it's a sandy terrain. These crickets are a browny colour, the same colour as the terrain. How tall are they? Short. Shorter than you. They're about 2 or 3 foot high. And these crickets are in the cave. Is that why you've come to this cave today? I'm here to collect something. What is it that you've come to collect today? A mineral. What do you need this mineral for? It's for technology. Technology that you use? Yes. So you've come today to find this mineral. And who are these crickets that live in the cave? It's their home. How do they feel about you being in their cave? They're not scared, they're friendly. And how do you collect this mineral? What is it that you do? We trade. Who is it that you trade with? The crickets. Okay. So to collect the mineral from the cricket's cave, what do you have to give the crickets? Water. Where do you get the water from? From our ship. Where is your ship? In the sky. Describe the ship for me. It's long and white. Do you live on that ship? We travel on it. Okay. Go ahead and have the meeting with the crickets and tell me what happens. We exchange the water for the minerals. Tell me more. They need the water for when the female is pregnant. What happens now? I'm saying goodbye to the crickets. They're like pets to us. And are you with someone else today? I'm on my own here now. And now you've said goodbye to the crickets. What happens next? I drive a vehicle. Describe the vehicle. It's like an all-terrain vehicle. Describe what you see as you drive that vehicle. The sky is purple. Oh! And at that point I'm just thinking, oh my God, where are we? He's in a spacesuit, he's chatting to crickets, the sky's purple. I love my job. This is why I do it. Obviously I do it to help people and to help heal people, but it's just so interesting. And you know, you get these people that come in your office that just look like normal people, just like normal everyday people. And then you put them under hypnosis and they come out with these amazing stories. It's just incredible. I love it. Sorry, I'll carry on. What else is it that you see as you drive? It looks like there's two moons. What colour are the moons? Whitish. Are they the same size? No, one is larger. Do they seem bright? No, dim. Describe what else you see as you drive the vehicle. Just sand. It seems quite barren. Where are you driving to? Back to the ship. Okay, I want you to let me know when you get back to the ship and describe what happens when you get back to the ship. I drive inside the ship. And then there was a massive pause. And I'm literally sat next to him going, waiting to hear what happens as he drives into the ship. So I say the phrase that is the QHHT practitioner's dream, tell me more. I have to wait for the pressure to change before I can go in the ship. So this huge, gigantic pause is there because he's literally waiting for the pressure to change. So we have to wait until that has happened before we can progress. So this is another indication that you can see that these people are living it in real time. They're living this experience in real time. We've taken their consciousness out of the incarnation they're in now. And if you think of somebody's lifetimes or everything that they're ever going to do as a diamond, if you think of it as a diamond, and the client that comes to see you is one little facet of that diamond, one little sparkle on that diamond, what you do when you hypnotise them is you take them from that little sparkle into the diamond and up into another little sparkle. So they're actually experiencing another part of themselves in real time. That's why it feels so realistic for people. It's incredible, really. So we wait until the pressure's changed and then he drives inside the ship. So I say, tell me what happens after the pressure has stabilised. I come out on the ship. Describe what you see. Controls. What do they look like? Like a touch screen. Is there anybody in there with you? Yes. Who is in there? Another being. What do they look like? Tall, slim. It's not giving much away at this point. So I always ask this question because I know it's likely that this being is going to be a different colour to what we consider to be a normal colour human skin in the spectrum of normal colour human skins that we have on our planet. Because he's in a spacesuit, he's elsewhere, there's a purple sky, you can see what he thinks is two moons. It's likely that this being that you can see has got a different colour skin. So I say, what colour is the being? Green. Yeah! What features does it have? Insect. Okay. Does it look like a mantis being or a different type of insect? Mantis. It's got 3 fingers. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, if he can see a mantis on the ship, now he's out of his, or now he can take his helmet off, I want him to have a look at himself and see what he looks like. So I say, if you look down at yourself now that you're in the ship and you no longer need the spacesuit, what do you look like? And he discovers that he is the same. He's the same as this other being. Now, when somebody is going to find out that they are a being like a mantis or something that looks very different to what we consider to be normal, what is normal, but whatever we consider to be normal as humans on our planet, in QHHT sessions, whenever you get somebody that's going to become aware of themselves in a different form, they normally reveal it in stages. So it's not too much of a psychological shock. And this is actually what's happened here, because they showed him a scene, first of all, where he was in that form, but he was in a spacesuit. So he couldn't see that he was a mantis. Then they got him psychologically ready for the fact that he might see a different being because they'd taken him to a spaceship. Then he sees a mantis, so he's already used to looking at that form, and then he realises that he is one. And that is how they normally do it. So I asked him to look at his form and describe himself in a bit more detail. And he says, "My skin is hard. What else are you aware of? As that being, as you look at yourself, I've got strange feet. What do they look like? I've got 3 toes. As you acclimatise yourself aboard the ship, what is it that happens now? We take off. Whereabouts is it that you leave to? Where do you go now?" And there's a big pause. And then he says, "Andromeda." Yes! Andromeda? Is that where you come from? Yes. And as you travel back to Andromeda, what route do you take? The ship knows the way. How is it that the ship knows the way? It's intelligent. Do you and your crewmate have anything to do on the way home? We just communicate with the ship. How do you communicate with the ship? Telepathically. And the ship can connect with your thoughts? Yes. Tell me what happens now. We're still travelling. So he's literally living this in real time. He's travelling back to Andromeda. So at this point, I progress him forwards in time to when he actually gets to Andromeda. And the first thing he says when he gets there is, "Oh, it's beautiful." Describe it for me. There's towers, crystal towers. Everybody is happy. What else do you see as you come back to Andromeda? Peace and love. Are all the beings on your planet mantis beings, or are there other beings as well? There are other beings. Describe those beings. There's lots of them. Are they similar to you, insectoid, or are they different? Different. How are they different? Some are like humans, but they glow. What is it that makes them glow? The vibration. Are they high vibration? Yes. Does the mantis glow? We shimmer. You shimmer like iridescence. Yes, I've heard people say that to me before who've gone into mantis lives, that their skin shimmers like, and how they've described it is the most beautiful way, almost like when you get like a bit of oil on water, that iridescence where it's like almost every single colour. It's just beautiful. I can almost picture them in my mind. So yeah, they're shiny, iridescent. So then I tell him to really connect with his home, with his planet, and to tell me about Andromeda. It's a place where all beings can go and feel loved. Where do people live in Andromeda? Where do they go to? They are just there. They don't live in houses. Are there any places where people go to meet and talk to each other? Yes. There's crystal meeting places and the libraries, and there's energy spheres. Do you eat anything on Andromeda? No. Where do you obtain your energy from? The universe. Do you have any of the stars that are near to you? Sirius is quite close. Where did the water come from that you traded with the crickets? We made it on our ship. do you need to use water? Sometimes to cleanse. Where was that place where the crickets were? Mars. So I thought about this as I was transcribing it last night. Excuse me a second, just having a slurp. And I wonder if what he could see as two moons from where he was, that he said were dim, one was bigger, one was smaller. I wonder if they were two of the planets in our solar system that he could actually see. And the mineral that you traded from the crickets, how will you use that in your technology? It's a fluid. A fluid. And what does it do? For the screens, for the controls, for the ship. So it helps your ship to function. And now you're back on Andromeda. What happens now? We're discussing where to go and in what form. Why is it necessary for you to consider your form? I'd like to be a different form for a while. Why is that? I feel restricted. In the mantis body? Yes. Why do you feel restricted? The human body is more advanced. Why is that? It's because of the higher vibration. I see. And you're considering a switch to a humanoid body. Yes, but I have to ask. Who is it that you have to ask? The council. Who are the council? They're in a higher dimension to us. Why is it that you must ask them if you can change your form? Because there are laws. What kind of laws? Universal laws. I see. And what will you do if they say yes? How will you change your form? People just change. You can do it by your thoughts. Yes. Okay, I want you to go ahead and meet with the council and see what they say about your request to change your form. They say it's not my time yet. Why is that? There's more to learn. More to learn in the form that you are in. Yes. How do you feel about this? I feel okay. So then I close that scene because I'm trying to get as much information for this guy as possible, and I move him to another important day in that lifetime. And this is what he sees now. I am old. You are old. Describe how you feel. Weary. Are you still on Andromeda? Yes. Has your time come to leave this form? Yes. I'm laying on a crystal table. Is there anybody there with you? Yes. My friend from the ship is here. Okay, I want you to go ahead and take your last breath in that form. And then I want you to move to the other side. And when you get there, I want you to tell me what you see. I have no form now. How does that feel? Free, light. And as you become aware of yourself now, without the form of the mantis, what do you look like now? Energy, a ball of energy. Do you have a particular colour as this ball of energy? Every colour imaginable. Wow. I want you to go ahead and tell me what happens next as this ball of energy. I'm just floating and healing. What is it that you are healing? I'm healing from my last life. And I say, every lifetime has a lesson. What was the lesson in that lifetime for you? To not judge. Judge in what way? We are all equal. And then I understand what he's trying to say. And I say, we are all equal regardless of form. And he says yes. So he needed a lifetime in a different type of form other than humanoid to understand that we are all equal. It doesn't matter what our form is. It doesn't matter what shape we are, what colour we are, what size we are. We're all equal. So then I ask him to leave that energy being there, and it will continue on its journey. It will find peace. And now we're going to drift and float through time and space to another important time that we need to see today. And I say, what do you see? Pyramids. Describe everything. Some of them are made, some are being made. How are they being made? Through energy. And as you acclimatise yourself to where you are and you take in the scene, if you look down at you, what do you look like? I'm wearing a brown robe and sandals. If you look at your hands, are you carrying anything in your hands? This is always a really, really important question that I would stress to new practitioners. Never forget to ask these questions. You might feel as if they are trivial, almost as if, why am I asking? But always ask them what's in their hands and what's on their head, because you will get the biggest clues ever as to what time period they're in, what it actually is that they're doing by asking them those questions. Some of the best sessions that I've ever done, if I'd have missed out those questions, what's in your hands, what's on your head, it would have taken me a lot longer to find out what was going on. So always ask those questions. So I ask him, if you look at your hands, are you carrying anything in your hands? Crystals. Describe the crystals. Hexagon, long, pointed ends, purple. What is it that you are doing with those crystals? Why do you carry them? I use them for moving energy. Are you helping to build the pyramids too? Yes. Become aware of your form. What does your form look like in this lifetime? I am male. I am human. What colour is your skin? My skin is brown. As you connect with the crystals that are in your hands, tell me how it is that you use energy to build those pyramids. We use energy to mould the stone. How do you do that? You use your third eye and the crystals. And how do you move the stones so that you begin to build the pyramids? It takes many people working together. And do you move the stones with your minds? Yes, with our minds. What is the purpose of these pyramids? Communication. How do they help people to communicate? They're like antennas. And the antennas, what are they reaching out towards? What is it that they are communicating with? Different star systems. And why is there a need for that? To keep in contact. These people that are working together to build these pyramids, are you all of the same types of beings, or are there any other types of beings? There is one that is different. It is a wild being. Describe that one. Tall, furry. What colour is the fur? Brown. What is that being doing there, and why do you feel he is wild? He's a nature being. What is the purpose of him being there? We don't go near him. He is aggressive. Why is he aggressive? He's scared of us. Are there any others, or is there just that one? Just that one. When you have built all of these pyramids, what is it that will happen? What will happen next? There's energy stored in the pyramids. Why is energy stored in the pyramids? For humans to use in the future. Why will they need it in the future? What is to occur? The separation. Describe what is meant by separation. The earth splits in two. So, I just want to say at this point, so we've gone into this guy's past life. He's building the pyramids in Egypt on earth. He's storing energy in there for a future time, which is not only a future time in his time where he is, but it's also still a future time in our time where we are now. And I found that a little bit mind-blowing, to be honest. So I say, why does that separation occur? Because of man. What is it that man does? Destroys it. These two halves, the separation and the two halves, how do they differ? One is peaceful, one is chaotic. And you said that this split is to occur in the future. Are you aware of when in the future this split is to occur? Now, he did give a date, and I don't give dates out because, as we know, time is fluid, and when you give a date out, if the date comes and goes, you just get backlash. So I'm not giving the date out, but all I will say is it's close. What will happen when the two worlds split? Bliss and despair. Describe the despair side of the split. What will occur there? Total loss. Loss of what? What will they lose? Society. And the side that experiences bliss, what will they see? They will be amazed. Describe what it is that they will be amazed by. The love energy. What is it that occurs that allows this splitting of the worlds to happen? The consciousness grows on earth. And as it grows, it splits. Yes, the consciousness grows to a certain level. And is this what causes the splitting of the worlds? Yes, the raising of awareness. How will the ones know who go to the side which is bliss? How will those ones know that this split has occurred? They will know. They already know. And what will this energy do for the humans that is stored in these pyramids? And how will they access this and use it after the split has occurred? They will be granted access. Who will grant them access? Mother Earth herself. Wow. So, the splitting of the worlds is all to do with consciousness. And we're seeing this now on the earth. So, wherever you are watching this video, my plant did a bit of a shake then. I got really enthusiastic. Wherever you are watching this video, wherever you are on the earth, all over the earth, in every country, there is utter craziness happening right now. The 3D world is breaking down. Society is breaking down. The old systems that we used to abide by, that we have throughout the ages just taken to be the way it is, it's all breaking down. You can see it everywhere. There's people rioting everywhere because the consciousness has grown to a point whereby people understand that they've been fooled. They've been tricked. We've been led down a certain path by the powers that have controlled our world for a long time. And they have controlled our world for a long time because they have known about the other worlds. They have known that there are beings on every single planet in the universe, of which there are a gazillion, quintillion, billion planets. They have known that, you know, these UFOs are real. They have known that our actual Mother Earth is a sentient being and has consciousness, as does our sun. And they have known this because they have been given this information by other beings. But they've kept the rest of the population in the dark in order to control. Power and control. That's what this has all been about. So these systems of power and control are breaking down. We see it all over the world. It's happening. So what I would say to people right now is, we are in the time before the shift. This is moving quicker. You only have to look at the events that are happening all over the world and where they have progressed to see that it's not going to be much longer before this steps up exponentially. You can feel the energy. You can feel the panic in the air from the people that don't understand what's happening. And that's why it's more important than ever at this time that we are the strong, steady lighthouses, that we hold the light grid, we hold the light wherever we are, and we bring the light in. So meditate when you can, bring the light in through you and down into Gaia, into our planet. If we are all doing this as little lighthouses everywhere, so not only are we putting our light out and helping people and being kind and considerate and treating everybody as if they're all brothers and sisters, because we're all one. If we start working together and doing that, we will start showing the people that are freaking out and panicking that there is a better way. And the people that are doing this other way seem to be very calm and collected, and they're not losing their heads. And we will set an example for people who are at the right consciousness level to make the shift, but they need some guidance, they need some help. So not only can you be helping people by being the light and shining your light, but also remember, don't forget Gaia, don't forget your planet. Bring the light down through your crown, down through your body, out through your feet, into the ground, and she'll give you a boost back. She'll make you feel amazing. You know, connect with nature, connect with animals, connect with your trees. Oh, literally, how the seasons have changed at the moment. When I go outside, I could cry. Just looking at a tree, I could cry. They're so beautiful. And you can see the love in them. Everything. Nature is just an absolute gift. And, you know, if you look at how beautiful the earth is now, imagine how she will express herself when we finally get to see that fifth dimension manifest into the physical realm. Wow, it's going to be incredible. So at this point, I ask him how Mother Earth, how Gaia is doing, because he's just said that it will be Mother Earth at that point which grants the souls, the people that have ascended to the fifth, the access to this energy that is stored in these pyramids. How is Mother Earth doing in the lead up to this split? Her energy is building. How does she build that energy? What does she do? Her consciousness is rising. What is it that affects her consciousness? There's an energy, a universal energy, that is expanding her consciousness. And as her consciousness grows, is that what will allow the shift to occur? Yes. What point does she have to reach for the shift to occur? She is ready. Why does she wait? We are not. Are there not enough people ready? Yes, there are enough, but there's not enough awareness. So she waits for us. And will she shift when there is enough awareness? Yes, she is being helped. Who is she being helped by? The councils. How do they help her? They send light. And this helps raise her consciousness? Yes. Is there anything else that you would like to tell us about the shift in consciousness today? It is speeding up. Consciousness is speeding up. And I had to move him into his higher self questions at this point because I'd kept him in for over an hour. And I need to allow an hour for higher self questions. So I will just comment on that final part. I've known for a while that the earth is ready. In a QHHC session I had on myself, I said that she's ready. The sun's ready, the earth's ready. They're just waiting for us because they want to take as many of their children, their classes as children, Father, Son, Mother Earth. They want to take as many of their children with them to the new dimension. So they're waiting for the divine timing of everybody on this planet in terms of when their consciousness is ready for the shift. Now, as we know, there is a splitting of the worlds. Not everybody, not every soul on this planet is ready for the consciousness level of the fifth dimension. And that is what this is about. You know, some people need more time in 3D because their consciousness is not ready for the higher levels. And you can't force people to be ready. This is a free will planet. People have the free will to make their own choices. So some of the things that you see playing out at the moment, you know, I know we try and raise awareness where we can. And Mother Earth here says that there needs to be more awareness raised for the shift to occur. That's how the consciousness rises. It's almost the catalyst. People become aware of what's going on the earth. When they become aware, they start to figure things out, their consciousness grows. But this shift is not for everybody because people are on their own individual journey. We will all get there in the end. There is no doubt of that. Every soul always makes its way back through consciousness, back to the one, back to source. That's the journey that we're on. We're all walking each other home. But like a school of various different grades, if you like. I'm trying to think of an analogy here. There's the older souls, the ones whose consciousness are higher, the ones whose they might not be old souls, but their consciousness has grown. Those guys are ready to graduate and move to the next school. Whereas some of the ones that have just come into this school need a bit more time. They need a bit more time learning. They need a bit more time learning about how what they do affects other people. And that you can't just put energy out there that's nasty. Call people names, do terrible crimes, do terrible acts. You can't do that to somebody else and expect there not to be some sort of karmic effect upon your own existence. Everything is connected. And, you know, because of all of the universal laws, if you're putting something out there, you're going to get it back. Because that's how you're taught. That's how you learn. You learn how to treat others by what happens to you in return. So there are souls on this planet that need longer. They need more time. They need more time in 3D. They're not ready for the jump to 5D. those of us who have existed in fifth dimensional worlds before, oh my God, we were born ready. We were ready lifetimes ago. This is our golden lifetime. This is what we've been waiting for. This is why, if you are awake and aware on this planet right now and you feel like you're struggling, and I know many, many people do, because it's tough. It's tough. You feel trapped. All you want to do, now you know that this new dimension is becoming available, all you want to do is go there. But at least take the time to smell the roses before we go. And by that, I mean, think about how privileged you are to be on this planet in the time of the Great Shift. All eyes in the universe are on Earth right now. All eyes. And we're here. We live in it. And yes, it might be hard. God knows, I know it's hard. But be grateful for the opportunity to witness this amazing flower blooming. It is just such a wonderful thing to see people that you thought were so 3D beginning to question things and beginning to wake up. And all of this unrest that you see in the world, that is causing people to at least think about things. If nothing else, they're starting to think about things. So it's just all got to play its part now. It's all unfolding. And as the craziness in 3D unfolds, we stand strong and steady as lighthouses. We know what's happening. We know what's coming. And what's coming is incredible. So the only thing we need to be thinking about is how amazing that is going to be. It's worth hanging in there for. So I wanted to do a couple of shout outs today because I love doing that. I love helping other people and raising awareness for other people and what they're doing. I had a guy contact me a while ago who watches my videos, and I've been chatting to him. He's a lovely guy, and he's been compiling for a long time now information on Ascension. Everything that he can get his hands on that mentions Ascension or has some sort of impact with regards to the ascension of Earth. He's gathered all of this information and he's put them all on USBs. And he sent me one. And it's just amazing. There's all sorts of stuff on there. Ancient texts, documents on astral travel, so much stuff on spirituality, on Ascension, yoga, the types of foods to eat, essential oils, you name it, it's on there. So if you're awake and aware and you're on the team, you're on Ascension, you're on the Ascension train, you want to get one of these flash drives. Now, this is all to do with an energy exchange. So whether you exchange currency for the flash drive or whether you exchange something that you do or you have in return for a flash drive, however you want to work it, contact Caine, and I'll give you Caine's email address and you can discuss with Caine how you would like to exchange energy for one of these flash drives. But I would seriously recommend reaching out to Caine and getting one of these because there's all sorts of stuff on there. I've not looked through all of it yet because I haven't had time. I've just briefly looked at the folders and there's some amazing stuff on there. So I cannot wait to have some time in my life at some point prior to Ascension to read all of that stuff. So Caine's email address is mantaraja@protonmail.com. I will spell that out. M for mother, A for apple, N for November, T for tango, A for alpha, R for Romeo, A for alpha, J for Juliet, A for Alpha, at protonmail, which is protonmail.com. Mantaraja at protonmail.com. And I will, of course, put Caine's email address in the body of text underneath this YouTube video, so you can just go in and copy and paste that and drop him an email. Really knowledgeable person as well, and really nice guy. So it'd be a good connection for you to make. Also as well, I wanted to mention this book. It's called Home at the Tree of Life by Dr Elena Gabor. Now, a good friend of mine, the lovely Jeanette Turtle, lent me this book, and I enjoyed it so much I bought it. And apart from Dolores Cannon's work, which of course you know I am a massive fan because it's her technique that I use, this is one of the best past life regression books I've ever read. And by that I mean, in terms of the information that's in here, it's all about spirit side as well, and source and what's on the other side, and it's all about the dimensions. I would really recommend reading that. On the subject of books, if you're looking for a nice Christmas present for your family, and it can be young adults or adults, they don't have to be young adults, they can be old. They don't have to be young, just adults in general. Probably the ages of 12 upwards. My books on Amazon, Isadora Stone and the Magic Portal, and Isadora Stone and the Battle for Inner Earth. Good fiction books to wake people up with regards to what's going on the planet. What else do I have to mention to you today? I've only got, I think it's 3 sessions left available for the rest of the year. So if you want to come and see me, please do go and book on my website. I have put the sessions up for January and February, and a lot have gone in January so far, a few have gone in February. So if you're wanting to come and see me, new year, new start, QHHT session to find out what's going on, past lives, whether you're a starseed, whether you've ever lived a life where you've been a blue being, whether you're an angel, whether you're a mermaid, a unicorn, a fairy, all of that jazz. If you want to come and see me, if you want physical healing, because you've got issues with your physical body, if you think you've got an entity and you want that taken off, all of those things, I do all of that. So come and see me. I do all of my bookings on my website. I don't take any bookings via any other route because it gets too confusing and I don't want to double book anybody. And I forget, I've got that much going on in my life. My website is basically my PA. It manages everything for me, and it prints me sheets out and tells me my schedule, and it sends emails out on my behalf and all that kind of thing. So I do everything via the website. My website is www.laurawhitworthqhht.com, and the book now button is right at the top of the website. If you click on book now, it will take you to my available sessions that I have left. So if you're in the UK or if you're in Europe close to me and you want to travel, get a session booked for the new year. New year, new you. What else do I have to tell you? So I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think I need 29 more and I'm at 1,000. So if you are watching this video and you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It's free, there's no cost at all. But if you subscribe, then it just means that my numbers go up, and hopefully soon I'll be over 1,000, which is great. I think that's pretty much everything that I've got to tell you today, other than we're coming up to the winter solstice, which is very exciting. Lots of big energy coming in now. The winter solstice for me normally is always the solstice that affects me the most. Huge energy, huge energy comes in over the winter solstice. So lots of time for self-care. Make sure you're looking after yourselves, and where you can be kind. We're leading up to Christmas as well. Where you can be kind, where you can show compassion, if you can afford to help somebody else, help them. You know, the amount of money I give away, I've never got anything in my purse. I'm always skint, because whenever I see anybody that's homeless or needs anything, I give it away. So help as many people as you can. You know, if you're fortunate enough to be in a position where you've got a roof over your head and you're going to be able to eat over Christmas, you're doing so much better than many, many people. If that's one message I could give to everybody, is this ascension, this event, this splitting of the worlds that we're leading up to, this is all about love. It's all about love. It's all about how we show compassion to each other and connect with each other, hold space for each other, show each other respect. But it's all about love. And, you know, don't judge other people. We don't know the roads that other people have travelled. You can only know when you're on that road. But what we can do is be that example, show people love and kindness, show them that there is a better world and a better way. And the world that we want to live in moving forwards is not the materialistic world that's all to do with, I don't know, what car you drive, or how much plastic surgery you've had, how much Botox you've had, keeping up with the Joneses, all that type of thing. Whatever. None of that's important. None of it's important. What's in here? What's in here is what's important. And how you treat others. And the love that you show to other people. So, on that note, till the next time I see you guys, make sure you keep vibrating high. Lots of love. Till next time. Bye.